Hello, poopsies, and thank you for joining me today for this pick a flower reading. I've picked some freshly picked flowers. Some are, well, these are all the kind of drying, dead, decay ones because they make the best sounds too. So you can pick flower 1, these yellow and red roses, and flower 2, the Frangipani with the dried hibiscus leaves. Whatever resonates with you, whatever you're really drawn to now, whatever you need to know right now, whatever you're thinking about requesting from the universe, these are going to be the messages for you, okay? I also offer these type of readings for you. All you have to do is book the tarot reading tab on my website and then just message me and say, hey, instead of tarot, I want flower reading. I can do it, okay? And I also do an ASMR, so the link to my webpage is down below to go ahead and sign up for your own personal reading with me, all right? The website and the layout is very straightforward. It's easy to pick, to choose what service you want. It's all on there, okay? All right, so let's begin. So I'm going to start with flower 1. The roses. Where are the messages for you? What are the messages for my poopsies for flower reading? Number 1. Spirit, God, universe, guide us, please, what these messages are meant to be. What is my poopsies? Need to know right now. What should they know right now? Okay. So let's see. So we have uncertainty, indecision. There's a lot of decisions you have to make. There's a lot of stuff kind of clumped together here at once, and it seems as though you're not certain what path to choose. There's no certain set in stone direction for you. It feels like there's many options and doors opening for you, but you're not quite certain which one to pick and choose right now. It could go this way, maybe you could go north or live south or east or west. You're trying to figure out even where in the world you're supposed to be, where you're meant to live and stuff. So this is a challenge for you. It's showing a lot could unfold and take place here. A lot of potential energy, and you're trying to just figure out and determine which direction to channel it. Do you want to do this and go there? Do you want to be a teacher and study that? There's so much right now possibly opening for you, but you're stuck because you are in the center of this, trying to make a decision. You're not actually stuck. It's just like you're stuck in this, like, what do I do? Where do I go? I have these options in front of me. So if you have a job right now, it's like, do I take this new job? Do I stay and get the bonus pay raise, or do I go for new opportunities? So, or there's a third option where you have a job interview in another state or country, and it's confusing. You're stuck between like 3 or 4 places and deciding which is the best path. In this case, I don't know why I'm getting this impression. I'm feeling like choose the path that's not the easiest to decide to take. you may have to put in a little bit of hard work to make this possible, to make what you're trying to get to achieved. I feel like there's someone from another country like really supporting your energy. There's someone really helpful here that they're gonna get you to where you want to be, or help you with something for a good deal. You know, you might have to look outside of your own country for help or backup, for assistance of sorts. There's a lot of good energy here. I think you're overall very solid here. There's a lot of clean, maybe you're eating clean energy, you know, and you're feeling clean, you're feeling good. I hear better days are coming with health. If you are having a health concern, there are definitely better days ahead for you. Okay. The grass definitely is greener on the other side. Someone keeps trying to contact you here, but they're far from your circle. It's maybe time to bring them closer, although they lost your trust before. There's a reason they're distant and separate from you, okay? So you have your reasons. I wouldn't say keep them in your close inner circle of trust. They've lost your trust permanently. But you can engage with them from time to time. From time to time. I think they've proven that they've lost your trust, you know, long ago. So I wouldn't rely too heavily on them for, you know, this assistance or backup you're looking for. There's a long distance person you can rely on, but not this person who was once close to you. There's some feeling of being vindictive. I'm getting that energy all of a sudden. I'm seeing like a classy or elegant gathering or ceremony. Maybe you attend someone's wedding or wine tasting, or it just like I see a bunch of like fancy gowns and nightwear, and you're having an outing, but it's like you're not having a good time. So ask yourself, do I really need to attend an event just because it looks impressive on paper, you know? Or am I wasting my time and energy around people I don't care much for, right? Would you, if you're an introvert, maybe you'd rather be home reading a book and having some tea, right? So be careful who you're surrounding your energy with in this case, because not everyone is for you, you know? Or supporting you. There's someone with like a older individual, it feels like a grandmother type, a very mature outlook that will give you kind of like a reality check. Who's in preschool? I keep hearing that. Someone in preschool. I feel like you're worried about your child, either health or if I'm honest, intellect, or like how well they're going to do in school, if they have ADHD, or are they going to struggle focusing. You know, you there's a concern here, and you've been thinking about it for some time. I think that's all you think about. You struggle to sleep because you're so worried about your child. Some of you could also be worried about future children, but you know the future is bright. It's just around the corner, but you are still sort of concerned. That's a new sound. Let's see. Let's rearrange the flowers. See what else comes through in the spirit. Please guide us in the name of the light, the name of the universe. Let's see. You're changing how you view things. I think you're doing a lot better than you think. You've grown so much, and there is a shift. You're already shifted. I feel like you couldn't have handled the things you're handling now before. You're handling them much better. Like, it's almost like you got a bunch of therapy for it, you know? Even if you didn't, you're just learning. You're learning quickly. And others are learning more about you quickly. They sort of want to surround themselves with around your energy. They really like your energy, and I do too. This is a good solid structure here to work with. I feel like keep going. That's all I hear. Just like keep moving forward, even if you feel like you're taking 10 steps back. I know sometimes it can feel confusing. Like, am I really moving forward? Am I really fulfilling my divine purpose here? The answer is most likely you are, based on what I'm getting from your energy read here, for choosing this flower. Let's see what else. Okay, let's see what else comes through. Whoever passed on in the last couple years, they're coming through strong. Ancestral spirits coming through. They are saying their hellos, and they're letting you know that they are safe on the other side. And whether you were at their funeral or at their, I hear procession. I don't know why I hear that. I don't know what that means. But they're definitely saying they are there. They saw you. They witnessed you, bearing witness to their ceremonial proceedings. And there is definitely this sort of energetic engagement spiritually where they are with you when you need them. You can always contact, say hello, reach out, and they send their regards your way. In the way they're communicating, it feels like they're formally addressing you, and to me that indicates the closeness wasn't there. You maybe haven't spoken to them in years, or while they were alive, or you weren't quite close. Maybe at one point or another there might have been either hard feelings or family division. But nonetheless, they don't have any hard feeling toward you. I would suggest you let that go if that is something you're holding on to. And so they are telling you also to continue taking care of your health, your needs. Whenever you have a need, they can meet it. I feel like they're one of your energetic assistants rather than guides. It sort of feels like they're there when you call upon them, and they got your back. They see things clearly on the other side. So even though you weren't quite close in reality, I feel like whoever this individual is that has passed on in the last couple of years prior has a more closer sensation with you in the spiritual realms of existence rather than the physical. So it may not make any sense to you in your comprehension, in your way of thinking, but it is a way that they're reaching out here that's profoundly different than what you're used to. And that's why, because you're not familiar with this way of communication, they're expressing to you how dearly important it is that you do at least say hello once in a while, so you can strengthen this spiritual deeper level of understanding between how life, reality works, and who you are in terms of your soul and the connections you make as a soul once your time is up here. Okay? I know that's a lot, but I feel like they're almost speaking through me, like their guides are speaking through me and saying that it will make sense with time. And I didn't expect this to come through, but yeah, they're definitely showing the next time someone passes on into your life, I feel like someone will in the next year, even if they're not close to you, you will know that that closeness in this life doesn't mean they're not close in the spiritual. There's a reason you have crossed paths with this soul at one point or another in your life. And I'm careful to say soul because not everyone incarnate is a soul, if that makes sense. In this case, this person was having a soul, but again, it didn't go as deep as yours. I feel like you have a deeper sense of soul than this individual. And that's not saying anyone's any better, and of course not. It's just the chosen blueprint of the incarnation. You have chosen to have a deeper level of wisdom rather than any other person who comes here, per se. And I feel like you have already experienced individuation. You've already experienced having to figure things out on your own, and they're trying to say that you are going to evolve enough to the point where you will start figuring out more, but you will ironically need the help and assistance of others to get you there. You can't do this alone, even though your rational mind believes that you must do this journey by yourself. That is not true. You will need others to help you get there, to this evolutionary state of being in your soul. So, whoever I'm speaking to, gosh, you are definitely one of the ascended ones, if this resonates and connects with you on a deeper scale, okay? All right, so what profound messages? Let's move right along into the next flower. I made quite a mess. I'm definitely going to have to vacuum this later. That's kind of why I chose to do it on the flooring, because it's so much easier to clean up. Let's see. Pile 2. What do you need to know in the spirit? Pile 2. What do you need to know? All right, so let us see what these flowers have to say to you. You're being misguided right now. Someone's trying to misconstrue what you are saying. They heard you say one thing. You really meant to say a completely, entirely different thing. And they didn't mean to do this, I think, deep down, but they did mean to do this now. They're still hurting you in some way, whether they realize or recognize or not. They're acting as the victim here in this case. And they're saying, no, you're making me look crazy. You're gaslighting me. I did hear you say this, but you didn't. And I know you didn't. And so they're going to make you look crazy. I'm sorry to say. So maybe distance yourself from this person for trying to make you appear a certain way. You are not. You weren't friends with them for long. I feel like they're more of a friend of one of your friends. And especially if they're a roommate or you're living with them, that could be a very highly stressful situation. I would still distance myself until there is a conflict resolution at play, okay? There's a purity about you and innocence, even from childhood. I feel like there's still some things there, maybe with family unresolved, family tensions, especially if you haven't spoken to mother figure, father figure in many years. I know a lot of times people can be reminded of that during Mother's Day, Father's Day, and it can be a difficult time for some, understandably so. But I feel like somehow there will be an energetic peace over your life for all that you went through in that scenario. If you didn't get along with one parent, there is definitely a pathway where you will come to realize a more peaceful approach to how you view them and how you handle things with your family moving forward. There's like a sister-sister rivalry or brother-sister rivalry. That also could have something to do with, again, a father figure is coming through more stronger, especially if it involves inheritance manners. You're at a threshold, not necessarily a crossroads. So it feels as though you're on the brink of something. It's not great. Doesn't have to be big, a breakthrough by any means whatsoever. But simply the next path for you moving forward. Just the next step on the next pedestal, so to speak, of your existence. So treat it as such. Don't expect big booms of ideas at this moment. Don't anticipate that this is going to be a life-changing time. You're only disappointing yourself right now by doing this. This is still a time of rest and recovery for you. So whether you're recovering from some ordeals, great ordeals in your life, that you thought at one point you could not handle, you are handling them now. Aren't you? Just by being here, just by living your day-to-day life, just by trying. You are still handling things, okay? So how you handle them is irrelevant at this point. It's about not how you handle things, but how you keep trying no matter what. You're not giving up no matter what occurs next. And there are things testing you right now. You're in your testing phase. So if that person is, bringing up unnecessary dramatics or trying to get you to feed in their energy, it feels like a woman here, like her energy kind of sucks people in. She has a toxic way, but don't we all? But what's toxic about her is the whole he said, she said type of thing. The fact that she even brings those subjects, even I would say prematurely, into conversation. If someone's not ready to hear something, and she'll go ahead and address it anyway, regardless of others' boundaries or opinions thereof. So I would suggest, this is why I suggest staying away from her. It also gives me the impression of someone who cares deeply about their appearance. That doesn't necessarily indicate that they are a certain type of individual. However, the way they come across is quite eclectic, but at the same time, someone who cares deeply about certain things that others wouldn't, to put it lightly. So overall, the relationship with them is superficial. It is unable to lead to a deeper connection. And ultimately, that is why things do not work out between the both of you. So I would say my best suggestion right now, keep some things private. Don't address every positive thing that occurs in your life to the world. Not everyone needs to hear it. And right now, especially when there are a lot of jealousy, evil eyes, malintents from certain individuals, the more you shout out the good in your life, the more they even unintentionally send this energy your way. So there are certain things that you can just simply keep to yourself. How about that? Notice what that does in your life. How does your life change once you keep that thing private, right? So it doesn't spoil the surprise or ruin things for you, okay? Because you may have some people in your circle that are not your friends, and they just, similar to the message prior, want what's worse for you, not necessarily what's best for you. It can be the ones who often are waiting for the next horrible thing to happen and never discuss positive things with you, or whenever you address with them something nice, they change the subject or simply slip away into the negative, back into the negative viewpoint of things. So I feel like I hear shopping, like you go shopping or went shopping a lot with this person, maybe growing up, or this feels like a different individual now that I'm channeling. I'm sort of getting somebody who cares deeply for you, like a family member would, but it's not quite family. But maybe they're pushing themselves on you, forcing you to call them family, to call them sis or auntie when they are not bloodline family. So take what you may of that message. Let's see, anything else we need to witness in this reading before we come to a close today? Interesting. Someone's forcing or pushing their ideology on you. It is not cute when someone does that. It's just simply not. Point blank, period. Forcing their beliefs. Very pushy natured type. There's no growth here. There's something where you're trying to push to make work and it's just not. And I think that is it, telling you to move on to some other plans. There is going to be growth for you, but at this moment in time, it is sort of a stagnation. It is not your fault. I want you to know this is global, worldwide stagnation. There is just a standstill right now in terms of the natural, abundant order of flow, right? We were in our abundant era for a long time. Now things have to change. The tides are turning. So if you're noticing shifts in your money, your financial, that's what I'm focused on here. This reading is targeting an area of what you're used to receiving in consistent flow is no longer being received. And you're no longer receptive to that flow. And that's because the universe is asking you to change how you view things, to change the structure and order. If you're used to getting that simple, steady, good old paycheck, for example, or used to going to the gym at 5 p.m. after work every day or otherwise, right? Used to your scheduled programming when you come home, your same dinner. This has to be disrupted for you to change. If you are consistently on the same schedule, on the same clock, right? Nothing will change in your life. You will be stuck forever in eternity. And no one wants to be damned to being stuck for an eternity. That's probably worse than the uncomfortable aspects of change. I think change is exciting, personally. It's hard to find someone who actually enjoys it. But nonetheless, I feel like overall the structure of your life is changing from the ground up. And it has to start from, keyword, the ground up, the foundation of your life. And it is not stable at this moment. And what you were building was not on a stable ground to begin with. All right. So this is why this needs to be restructured, reoriented. And yeah, it's going to terrify you. I think it's going to be shocking when the flow stops. It does not indicate that you will have money problems. That is not what I am saying or wishing upon anybody. No. I am simply the messenger. What I am saying here is that things have to be in another order. There's a new order here. There's a new plan for your life. And this is affecting everybody. And I hear 2027 is a huge year for this. Huge year for these changes. So if you have not felt these changes yet, I doubt you haven't. We're already halfway through this year, in fact. You most certainly will by September, October onwards. It is going to feel weirdly different. It is going to feel unlike anything you have felt in the prior years of your lifetime. And I feel like this will affect every part of creation, from animal kingdom to every type of job out there. This will, I hear, recapitalize things. Whatever that means, I don't know what that means, but recapitalize and reorient, like I said, restructure how things are done, how jobs are done moving forward. There will have to be new implementations. This could be technological implementation, but however, it feels like it's other as well. It's some other implement. It's probably a new thing. It's a new thing that we're not familiar with, a new type of service or structure built or ingrained into systems that we are not used to working with as of yet, but shall become familiarized with into the next year and onwards, the years after. So that's quite an interesting reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have enjoyed your pick a flower reading. Kind of was like a general collective at the end there, collective message. Maybe one final spoken word using all the flowers, shall we? I think that's what Spirit's leading me to do. Allow me the moment to reshuffle the flowers. Okay, let's get some final thoughts here. Again, I keep hearing the word integration, integrating something new in your life. I don't know, I almost get like a kitchen remodel, like someone's remodeling their kitchen, or just kind of deciding what to do next. Sort of, side questing, trying to figure out stuff you haven't before, about things around your life, not necessarily your life. I think you're done doing the inner work. You're sort of doing the outer work now. You're sort of in a place where you're deciding, what do I do about XYZ, right? What is it I'm supposed to be doing about my home life? Maybe my style, my aesthetic, my clothes, right? I lost my train of thought, but there was something I wasn't getting to. Point I was trying to get across here. Well, they say if you forget, it's not so important, is it? Spirit probably made me forget because that's not the message, I guess. Maybe my own rational way of thinking, but regardless, there's a redesign here. There's right around the corner a time where you are going to decide whether in a week or a month or a year it's time for a change. And so there's a lot of clutter you're clearing up from your home space. There's a lot you're going to reorganize to make your environment, your way of living, a better quality standard for what you expect life should be or how you expect others should live. You're basically setting your own best example for yourself. And whether you're a new mother, you're going to be a great example for your 2-year-old child. Whether you're deciding to go back to college again after all these years, you are going to set a great example for other students in that class or whatever level of schooling you decide to take. So you are doing the best you can. You are done with the heavy lifting. You just have to focus on your attention on the minor details now. And just like a painting, everything will fall into place. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed. And again, links in the description and the comment section to TonyBomboni.com, where you can book your own reading just like this one. I love you all so much, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care, my poopsies. Remember, book the tarot reading tab and then tell me you want a flower reading in the message. Okay? In the booking form, it's going to say add your message. You type whatever you want on your heart. I'm here to listen. It doesn't matter how short or how long your message is. A lot of times people apologize to me for sending a long message. Don't apologize. I've heard it all before, okay? I can read anywhere from a simple word to 5 pages of text. It doesn't matter to me. This is your booked service, okay? So feel free to trauma dump if you want. I don't care. This is what the service is for, to help people. Thank you. God bless. Be well.